Hello everyone, my name is Gitanjali Singh and I am in 5th year and currently interning at Lexis and Company. The topic for today's video is plea bargaining. I'll be dealing with what is plea bargaining, its Indian context, the cases regarding the plea bargaining and how it came into force, and the COVID effect of plea bargaining. The current situation, that is, it will be of this video will be of two parts, and in this video I'll be dealing with the first topics. Now, what is plea bargaining? To start with the topic, I'll be quoting a simple quote that Justice Nani Palkiwala has said. He said that the greatest drawback of the administration of justice in India today is because of delay of cases. The law may or may not be an ass, but in India, it is certainly a snail. Our cases proceed at a pace which would be regarded as unduly slow in the community of snails. Justice has to be blind, but he sees no reason why it should be lame. Here it just hobbles along and barely is able to walk. This was a bit new concept under Indian law, which was introduced after the Amendment Act of 2005 in CRPC. Now, what is plea bargaining? It is basically the process whereby the accused and the prosecutor in the case work out a mutually satisfactory disposition of the case, subject to the court approval. It usually involves the defendants pleading guilty to a lesser offence as to only one or some of the courts of a multi-count indictment in return for a lighter sentence than the possible of for the graver charges. This was the definition of Black's Law Dictionary. It also means to bring forward one's excuse, justification, and defense, and bargaining means ways to arrive at an agreement for favorable purchase. It is a negotiation between a prosecution and defendant. A plea bargaining is a practice whereby the accused forgets his rights to plead not guilty and demands a full trial and instead uses the rights to negotiate for his benefit. In other words, it is an agreement as a result of negotiation between the prosecution and defense which settles a criminal case, usually in exchange for the convenient or lenient punishment. Typically, he will plead guilty lesser for a crime and a favor charge than originally charged, in exchange for a lenient punishment than the defendant would act in if a convicted is at trial. In India, plea bargaining has changed the face of Indian criminal system, which is and it is only applicable in respect to those offences for which the punishment is up to 7 years. Moreover, it does not apply to the cases where the offence is committed is socio-economic offence, or maybe it is committed against women or children who are below the age of 14 years. Also, plea bargaining, once the court passes an order in the case, there is no appeal which shall lie to the court against any of that order. The special feature of plea bargaining is it can conclude a criminal case without a trial. When it is a successful, plea bargaining results in a plea agreement between the prosecutor and the defendant, and it is expressly authorized in the statutes and in the court rules. In the case of State of UP versus Chandrika 2000, the apex court dispassed the concept of plea bargaining and held this practice as an unconstitutional and illegal. Here, the court view of that or the plea bargaining court cannot basis of a disposing of criminal case. The case has to be decided on merit. If accused confess guilty, he must be given appropriate sentence as required by the law. Mere acceptance of crime should not be the basis to reduce the sentence or penalty and the punishment. But with the regards of time, it has changed continuously and rigorously, and this case was challenged in many of the cases presently also. Initially, it was not very much recognized under Indian law, but and not given importance, and it was not in statutes also. but references may, however, be made to Section 2061 and 206 Subclause 3 of CRPC and Section 208 of Motor Vehicles Act 1988. These provision enables the accused to plead guilty for petty offences or less grave offences and to pay small offence whereupon the case is closed. But later on the basis of US, our Law Commission recommended the application of plea bargaining in India. They also justified the reason for the same, that it must be very helpful for the petty offences and to dispose of the cases very soon, so that the load can be reduced from the cases. The Supreme Court of USA in Brady versus United States upheld the constitutional validity and significant the role of concept of plea bargaining plays in disposal of crime. Indian Supreme Court also examined the concept of plea bargaining in Muralidhar Meghraj Loya versus State of Maharashtra and Kasambai versus State of Gujarat, but did not approve this concept in India on the basis of formal inducement. Further, the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Kachai Patel Shantilal versus State of Gujarat disapproved the practice of plea bargaining, same as the Chandrika case, but later, Law Commission of India in its 142nd and 154th report suggested the concept of plea bargaining in India. They observed that this tool will be alternate to and explored to deal with the huge arrears of criminal case. Malimat committee was also substantially in agreement with the views that was recommended by the Law Commission. Section 265A to 265L provides the plea bargaining under the Code of Criminal Procedure. It is a device which ensures that the victim receives acceptable justice in reasonable time without risking the prospects of hostile witness, inordinate delay, and non-affordable cost. The principle is not applicable for hard crimes or serious crimes. Therefore, Indian law does not provide plea bargaining for offences which offence is punishable with death or imprisonment for life, punishable with imprisonment of term exceeding 7 years, or committed against socio-economic conditions of the country, or offence committed against any women and children who are below of the age of 14 years. But, however, a writ petition to the State of High Court under Article 226 and 227 of the Constitution, or a special leave petition to the Supreme Court under Article 136 of Constitution can be filed by accused, but no appeal lies for the judgment of plea bargaining. This act is as a check on illegal and unethical bargains. There are many reasons to introduce this concept in India, and some of them are speedy disposal of criminal cases, that is, reduction of heavy backlogs. It is mostly less time consuming, the end of uncertainty of a case, saving legal expense of both the parties, that is accused and the states, less congestion in jails. Under present system, that is 75 to 90% of the criminal cases results in acquittal. In this situation, it is preferable to introduce the concept of India, and it is not fair to keep the accused with hardcore criminals, because if the accused is innocent, then he will accept his guilt, and in that situation it is not reasonable. In this case, the benefit works both ways. In the benefit in respect of the victim is that he can easily get the compensation, and he can save himself from a long drawn judicial process, and he has the less time and less money consuming. It will consume less money and less time of the victim. Now the benefit in respect of accused are, in this case, a minimum punishment. He will get the half of the punishment. If no such punishment is provided, then he will get one fourth of the punishment provided. He may be released on probation or admonition, and he may get the gain of period already undergone in the in custody under Section 428 of CRPC. No appeal lies against the judgment in favor of him. Admission of accused can be used for the purpose except plea bargaining, less time and less money consuming for the accused also. That's it for today's video. Thank you.